They called her akara a miracle. Queues stretched past the church, past the mosque, longer every single day. But before you fall for the story everyone tells about her kitchen, ask the one question nobody in Ilaje-Oke dared to. In the quiet town of Ilaje-Oke, before the sun had fully climbed the sky, Aduni was already awake, coaxing flame beneath a battered pan. Her hands knew the shape of poverty well, rolling bean paste into small golden hopes, one akara ball at a time. Her son Toby sat nearby, on an overturned basket, watching her hands the way hungry children watch a promise. Few customers stopped at her stall. Most walked past toward the louder, brighter corner of the market. There, Nkoyo's stall gleamed with fresh oil and fatter purses, her customers laughing loudly enough for Aduni to hear. "Sweetheart," Nkoyo would call out, not unkindly, but not kindly either. Maybe people simply prefer better hands. By evening, Aduni counted her coins twice, hoping the second count might be kinder than the first. In their small mud brick room, Ianyuwura stirred a thin soup while Toby slept, and Aduni stared into the dark beyond the door. Some nights she walked to the river's edge, alone, where the water moved black and endless under the moon. And on one such night, staring at her own trembling reflection, she whispered a wish she would later wish she hadn't. It was Ianyuwura, in a moment of desperation, who first spoke the name Baba Owolabi, the old herbalist at the forest's edge. His hut sat where the path grew thin, its eaves strung with cowries and the pale skulls of small animals. Aduni knelt before him in the smoke of burning herbs, and told him everything her pride had refused to say aloud. Baba Owolabi cast his cowries across a woven mat, watching the shells fall the way other men watch storms arrive. "The river remembers everyone it has taken," he told her, "and it repays those brave or foolish enough to ask." That night, she stood alone at the water's edge, the moon laying a pale road across the surface. The river's stillness broke into slow, deliberate ripples, though no wind moved and no fish leapt. From the shallows, something pale and patient guided a smooth, dark stone into her waiting palms. The stone was warm, though the water was not, and it seemed, faintly, to be breathing. Alone in her stall that night, she ground the stone to powder with trembling, determined hands. She stirred the dark powder into her frying oil, telling herself it was only seasoning, only salt, only hope. The next morning, the akara rose from the oil smelling sweeter than anything she had ever fried before. By midday, a line had formed at her stall, longer than any Ilaje-Oke had seen in a generation. Customers closed their eyes as they chewed, swaying slightly, as though the taste had reached somewhere deeper than the tongue. Coins filled her tin faster than she could count them. And for the first time in years, Aduni smiled without effort. Within weeks, new wooden posts rose around her stall, and a painted sign announced her name to the whole market road. She wore a brighter wrapper now, and her trays were never empty, and hers became the stall everyone spoke of. Toby walked to school each morning in a clean uniform, his satchel new, his shoes no longer borrowed. Across the road, Nkoyo's stall sat quiet, as she watched Aduni's crowd with a jealousy sharpening slowly into suspicion. At night, Aduni counted thick rolls of naira by lamplight, though something in her chest never quite matched her smile. Once, glancing into a basin of water to wash her face, she saw, just behind her own reflection, another. Dogs that once slept near her stall now backed away, hackles raised, refusing to cross its threshold. At their table, Toby pushed his plate away one evening, saying only that the akara tasted like someone crying. Ianyuwura said nothing, but she and Toby exchanged a look that carried more warning than words could. A customer stumbled from the stall one afternoon, pressing his temple, murmuring that the ground would not stay still. Mothers began to gather in low, worried clusters near the market gate, glancing toward Aduni's stall and away again. One night, Nkoyo crept close enough to peer through a gap in the wooden stall wall. What she saw there, Aduni's hands stirring dark powder into oil by candlelight, she did not speak of. Not yet. Baba Fadipe, the town's elder, had by then heard 3 different mothers describe 3 different fevers with the same strange symptoms. He walked the market road at dusk, watching Aduni's stall the way a man watches a fire he suspects is spreading. So it was that Baba Fadipe and Nkoyo followed her one night, keeping their distance along the forest path. At the river, they watched Aduni kneel again at the water's edge. and begin the ritual they did not understand. The river answered. Its surface churned, and something rose from it, pale, sorrowful, and old beyond any counting of years. Behind the reeds, Baba Fadipe gripped his staff, and Nkoyo pressed a hand to her own mouth to keep silent. The river spirit reached out a hand made of water and moonlight, and pressed a new stone into Aduni's palms. Aduni's face, lit by that pale glow, held both wonder and a fear she had long tried not to name. It was Baba Fadipe who stepped from the reeds first, staff raised, calling her name into the night. Startled, Aduni dropped the stone into the mud and turned to find the elder and Nkoyo watching her. By morning, the whole market square had gathered, and Baba Fadipe told them all what the river had shown him. The crowd stepped back from Aduni's stall as one body, murmurs turning quickly into something closer to horror. Iyaniwura stood among them, a hand pressed to her mouth, unable to look away from her son's widow. And Toby, clutching his school satchel, stared at his mother with the particular fear of a child who no longer recognizes someone he loves. That night, the river came to the market square itself, rising taller than any doorway, patient and unhurried. Aduni stood alone before it, the last dark stone trembling in her open hands. The spirit's eyes, ancient and sorrowful, asked nothing aloud, yet Aduni understood exactly what was owed. She turned, walked to the water's edge, and cast the stone back into the current with both hands. The great pale shape dissolved into ordinary ripples, and the night settled back into simple darkness and quiet. At dawn, Aduni knelt alone at the empty riverbank, weeping the way a person weeps when a debt is finally paid. Iyaniwura came and laid a gentle hand on her shoulder, saying nothing, because nothing needed saying. Slowly, Toby came to, and sat beside his mother, close enough that their shoulders touched. In the days after, Aduni returned to her old stall and her old plain recipe, and did not miss the sweetness she had lost. Nkoyo unexpectedly brought over a small bowl of beans one morning, and the two women said little, which was enough. The market road returned to its ordinary rhythm, Aduni's modest stall once again just one among many. And that evening, over a simple meal shared by lamplight, Aduni understood at last that some blessings are not worth their asking price.